Okay, so Vlogmas day 4, and whatever topic I had before, I don't know, I've been distracted by the Tumblr thing. So I opened my Tumblr this morning, sort of in my half asleep morning is terrible sort of haze, and yeah, they've got that little message saying, oh, hey guys, we're gonna ban all the adult content. And yeah, I clicked on that, and a lot of people are super outraged in that, and I was like, oh, okay, I kind of thought that would be a good thing, but I guess not. But so like that's my initial reaction. But the thing is, I realize I'm an outsider. I only joined Tumblr in the last, what, 5 months maybe? I don't even remember. I don't use it that much. I find it a little bit odd, and like even to try and follow people, the way the feed works, like either you follow people and it's just this constant stream that you can't keep up with, or you don't follow anyone and they keep suggesting all this crap to you that you don't give a shit about. So yeah, I don't use Tumblr a lot. I post stuff there mostly to keep, like, if I see stuff, I don't want to post everything on Facebook because I don't want to annoy the shit out of everyone there. So I chuck it onto Tumblr, sort of like chucking it in the trash can, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's just like, maybe I'm saving some of the things for me. I did try doing Tumblr properly at the beginning, but yeah, now it's just kind of my trash can for like extra thoughts and whatever, because Twitter's too short and like, I don't like the way Twitter's set up. So Tumblr, it's kind of flexible and you can put whatever there. So I'm an outsider. I'm probably not a good person to talk about this, and I've probably lost like all the viewers in the beginning because they're like, you don't even know what Tumblr is, why are you talking about it? Yeah, well, whatever. Just like it's kind of preoccupied me this morning because I've been trying to understand what's going on and what Tumblr actually is, because yeah, I've got no idea. So when I'm looking at all the outrage, I think some of the people have misunderstood what the ban is, because as I understand it, like I actually clicked through to their help desk to say what is and isn't allowed anymore, and as far as I can understand, like maybe you guys can help me learn what Tumblr is. It sounds to me like they're only banning images, videos, and GIFs of real human nudity or sex acts, and not like cartoons, people's artworks, unless it's like super realistic that you would think it was real. No, apparently like all the art and writing and whatever is still going to be allowed. So I'm a bit like, well, some people are like, oh, I'm an artist, like, I'm not going to be able to do anything here anymore, and I kind of think, well, you kind of are, but then it occurs to me that some people consider porn to be an art form, so maybe that is their art, and that's what they're talking about, so a little bit of confusion for me there. I'm trying to, like, get my head around that, but there do seem to be people who are like, I write this and this and this, and I'm like, well, writing isn't banned, as far as we can tell. And also, like, a lot of people are commenting saying, oh, I'm gonna quit Tumblr when this ban comes in, where should I go? I would suggest maybe a social network that specializes in sexual content, like FetLife. I mean, it's for fetish, but I'm assuming that if you're just going to Tumblr for sexual content, you're probably okay with all that stuff. So there are social networks that exist for that, and, I think one of the problems with Tumblr is it's trying to be too many things. Some people go there, like in the comments they're saying, I only go to Tumblr for sex content, and I'm like, well, Tumblr has a whole lot of other stuff. There are people who are like, you mean there's non-sexual content on Tumblr? And I'm like, yeah, there's a lot. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I guess people who have been in their little bubbles within Tumblr who only see sex-based content and don't realize that the rest of Tumblr exists. And I do think that Tumblr not specializing is a bit of a problem. Like, yes, there's this corner of Tumblr that has sex content, but you're probably, if you just want that, you're probably better going off to a social networking site that specializes in that content, right? Am I missing something here? Because the rest of Tumblr, like, oh my god, I have my safe mode turned on and I still see stuff I don't want to see. The filter's not picking it up. And so if people are discouraged from posting that, hopefully I don't have to see any of it anymore. But yeah, no, there's plenty of other stuff. There are also kids on Tumblr, and then there's like, well, people like me. So yeah, I didn't know when I signed up to Tumblr that there was going to be so much sex content. I mean, what I knew of Tumblr and why people don't like it is that it's got all like the weird, perpetually offended people and the ones who are inventing a gazillion genders every day. That's kind of what I knew Tumblr for. I guess I'm naive, and yeah, I do avoid sex-based content, you know, adult content, all that kind of stuff. So maybe I just managed to stay blind to it because I never really looked into what Tumblr was. It's just like I had a friend go, "Hey, you should try Tumblr," and I'm like, "Okay, I'll give it a go." And it's probably something I shouldn't have tried, but hey, it's good as a trash can for all my extra things. But yeah, like, and with that, like, a lot of people complain about Tumblr, so I also think, like, maybe Tumblr should just be allowed to die. You know, people are saying, oh, if you take sex-based content off it, and nudity and whatever, no one's gonna be left here, which is, I think, wrong, but, you know, if it does die, then that means we're not going to have such a breeding ground for all these ideas, although I guess I hear Reddit is a place where a lot of stuff happens as well, but I feel like Tumblr is the one that's known for those weird ideas of a gazillion genders and so on. But, you know, I also understand that, like, there's apparently a lot of people who've made businesses on Tumblr surrounding adult content, and those guys are going to struggle. Like, it's, what's today, December 4th, and they're banning adult content on December 17th, I think, so you've got 2 weeks to decide what the hell you're gonna do with your audience and your business and so on, and, like, Merry Christmas, really, to just sort of pull the rug out of people, out from under people so fast, and at this time of year. But you've also sort of got to consider Tumblr's business interests, because, like, I hear that they got pulled from the App Store. Like, I have not been following Tumblr news. It's just, like, when I've seen all this outrage, seen some of the comments, and then looked up some stuff. Oh, is there someone here? There's no one here. He's barking for no reason and, like, breaking my flow. But anyway, so I have looked, like, reading people's comments and then looking up stuff. Yeah, it sounds like, I don't know what happened because I didn't go that far into looking it up, but content on Tumblr led to the app being pulled from the App Store on Apple. So, like, for anyone running a tech company, that's not good. So I guess that's probably why they're like, uh-oh, we got to do something. And so, like, yeah, it's gonna hurt a lot of people's, like, individual businesses, but Tumblr's business interests, I mean, they have no obligation to anyone to facilitate your business. That's just, unfortunately, how capitalism works. And, you know, they only exist really because of capitalism, I guess. They're owned by Yahoo, I found out. And apparently they're not making money on it, so this is probably a desperate attempt for them to claw back some of their investment. And what I kind of think is that probably, I mean, Tumblr would have some kind of statistics on how people are using the platform. And if they are looking at this and looking at it going, well, I mean, let's get back to the comments. The comments that people are leaving are saying, Tumblr will be nothing if you take away adult content. It's like, I only went there for adult content, and everything in my feed is adult content. Okay, that's probably the experience for some people, and probably, like, the people being most vocal about it are those kinds of people. But I think probably what's going on behind the scenes is Tumblr's looking at their statistics, and most of the people on their platform probably don't like adult content and the porn bots that follow everyone, and, you know, the things that are getting through the sexual content filters and whatever. They probably have those statistics saying, actually, our user base isn't mostly this. If we just get rid of adult content, we'll still have a decent user base, a user base that has been complaining about some of that adult content. So from their business perspective, they probably think this is the best thing for the platform. So, I mean, if they don't have those statistics, then I think they're idiots. If it's true that most of Tumblr is actually adult content, then yeah, they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, regardless of whether or not they're on the app. Like, there are other ways to access Tumblr than an Apple app. You can just go through a web browser. But I suspect they've got statistics saying, hey, actually, this isn't such a huge part. Like, it's probably big, but not as big as the rest of Tumblr, and so they must think that this is the best business decision for them. But I think the main problem that's going to come out of this will be incorrect bot strikes. A lot like with YouTube's demonetization thing, I think a lot of content's going to get picked up by accident at the same time while things are slipping through the filter, which I think is already happening with their safe mode anyway. It's just that they're going to shut down the adult content so that no one can see it except I think yourself. I think they're going to make it private posts. So like, yeah, maybe not as terrible as some of those platforms that would just outright delete whatever they don't approve of so that it's impossible to get it back. But yeah, incorrect bot strikes are going to be a problem, and I don't know what their technology is like compared to YouTube, Google's technology, so that may be an issue, and I'm trying to keep these videos under 11 minutes, so I better stop. But tell me what you think, because I have no idea what's going on, and my opinion's probably really misinformed. Bye. Everywhere.